Why is NBA 2K so toxic? That's what we're going to be breaking down in depth with today's video. I'm just going to let these clips play out in the background. Shout out my guy T-Cat. You know, we're getting these double alleys going crazy. But I wanted to really go in depth with this video why this community is so bad and so toxic, y'all. In my opinion, 2K is the most toxic community in all of gaming. It's more toxic than Call of Duty, Battlefield, GTA, whatever you guys want to play. 2K is the most toxic. And I'm going to be going down from the ground up how the players, how we get toxic, you know, the sellers and criers and bums in the random wreck, as well as the community. All right, so the people that watch videos and comment and do all that type of stuff, y'all, the community has an impact as well. I'm going to speak on the role that creators play. All right, because creators, we do have a role to play as far as why the community is so toxic, but a lot of people misunderstand the truth about creators in this community, man. And last but not least, we're going to even get into the devs, because I see a lot of people, man, when it comes to 2K, they love to blame everybody except the developers, man. People will sit here and blame everybody except the people who create a flawed product, man. So we're going to be going down everything, why this game is so toxic, y'all. Like this video, be sure to share it, man. And let's go ahead and get into the verse of the video, man. Right after this shot by Austin Reaves. Look at this, man. A lot of people was hating on that shot, but I practiced that. But this video is sponsored by God, y'all. In 2 Timothy chapter 1, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Amen, y'all. One of my favorite verses, y'all. God, he does not give us a spirit of fear. Okay, so anytime you feel any type of fear, anything anxious or scared, y'all understand that literally is not from God. Okay, it's from the enemy, it's from the devil, man. So anytime you're feeling scared, you literally reject and rebuke it, y'all, in Jesus Christ's almighty name. I'm telling you, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And when you know that and you carry that with you in your heart and your mind and your soul and spirit every single day, y'all, I promise you, everything in life gets better, man. If y'all read the Bible, bro, I'm telling you, everything in your life will get better, y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and start out with the players in this community. We all have played Random Wreck, played Solo Wreck, and we know how toxic this game can get. All right, when you're playing with sellers and criers, crybaby bums, and they're throwing the game on purpose, making sure that we lose on purpose, y'all. With some of these people in the Random Wreck, you guys have had to learn that losing is winning. Because a lot of these randoms, they don't want to win. They genuinely would rather lose. And they will try their hardest to make sure that we lose. So sometimes, y'all, losing is winning. We're not playing as a team to win. We're playing as a team to lose. And that's something I've had to learn with these randoms, y'all. Because the players themselves in this community get so toxic. And I don't know what it is about 2K or just basketball in general. But basketball is overall an emotional game. All right, so even in real life, man, I've seen people get super emotional in their feelings over a basketball game. I've seen people throw hands, get to fighting. There's people that'll, you know, grab the blick, throw their whole life away because they lost the game on the court, man. So basketball is always an emotional game. But think about it like this, man. When it comes to something like Call of Duty or, you know, GTA, something like that, those type of games, man, yes, like Call of Duty is fun and it can get toxic. But at the end of the day, 99% of people that play Call of Duty, we're not soldiers, you know, we're not veterans that have really been in combat. You know, most of the people that play Call of Duty have never even shot a gun. Okay, so that kind of removes some of that stakes from a game like Call of Duty. But when you play 2K, y'all, it's basketball. So basketball is a lot more accessible to a lot more people, man. So you can really tell the difference with people that have played basketball and have basketball IQ versus people that just play 2K. Because there's a difference between 2K IQ and basketball IQ, all right, but they overlap a lot, bro. There's a lot of people, man, who you can be good at 2K, but you don't understand basketball. And that is a huge issue with the players in this community. It's a lot of players that don't understand basketball. They just play 2K. And they want to hop in the mic crying and yelling and arguing, you know, and whining in the game chat It's just crazy, y'all. The players are toxic. I feel like I don't have to speak too much on that, because if you play just one game of solo rec, you will see exactly how toxic the community can get. All right, but let's actually talk about the community. It's one thing about the players on the game, but now I'm going to speak about why is the 2K community so toxic. All right, the community as a whole. There's a lot of people that cry in the comments. There's a lot of arguments, you know, simulation versus arcade. The community as a whole on 2K is divided because there's a whole bunch of different play styles and skill levels that all want different things. So you guys see I'm scoring in the post, for example, on my 6'10" in the random rec. This is my favorite build to use in the solo rec. It's just so much fun and so versatile. I love being able to have fun on the game. I like to break ankles and shoot crazy shots and contact dunks. You know, I don't hop on 2K to try to simulate real life basketball. I hop on 2K because it's a basketball game and I have a lot of fun on it. That's why I love basketball. I love 2K. That's why I play it. But I'm not out here trying to simulate what did Paolo Banchero do last night. I'm just trying to get a bucket, y'all. That's me, the way I personally play. But there's a lot of people who they don't care win or lose. They just want to go out there and do what bro did last night in the game. You know, there's a lot of people who they don't care about actually getting better or winning the game. The way that they have fun is simulating and pretending it's real life basketball. Okay, so there's a huge divide in the community versus what do people actually want. Not even to mention the skill level. I've touched on this in my SBMM video I just posted the other day. But the low skill players and the high skill players, it's like we're playing two totally separate games. Once you get up there in that red plate, purple plate, it becomes a whole different experience than a lot of y'all in the black plate rec, you know, bronze plate solo rec, man. But that's not to say that everybody can't sell, because you're gonna find bad people and sellouts in every single color, you know. At the high skill level, there's still gonna be people who cry and sell and complain, and at the low skill level, there's definitely gonna be people that cry and complain, y'all. But the community as a whole overall is super divided as well. And so there's a lot of toxicity that comes up out of that, because not only is basketball just an emotional game, like I said, but then on top of that, it's like everybody wants something different out of the one basketball game. It's not like we have 2K and NCAA and NBA Live and all this other stuff. We just have one basketball game. So 2K, they have to cater to the people like me and the people like you and the people like them. You know what I'm saying? So they have to try to find a balance between all this type of stuff for every skill level. And sometimes it works better than sometimes it doesn't. You know, like the game is never going to be perfect. It's never going to be purely arcade. It's never going to be purely sim. It's just about finding the right balance that a lot of people will enjoy. Next, we're going to talk about creators. There's a lot of fake creators, man, that I've actually met in this community, man. It's actually kind of sad, y'all. I'm not going to speak too much on that, y'all, but speaking from first-hand experience, y'all, as a creator myself, man, creators, we get a lot of blame for the game, and we get hardly any credit. Y'all will sit here and cry in the comments, oh, the game is like this because creators post this build, and the devs listen to creators and want you to blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, as a creator, y'all, the devs do not listen to us. We do not get any type of special treatment. All right, it's crazy. You guys will sit here and blame creators. You know, if I tell you to make a build, if I post a build video, it's like all of a sudden I'm just the worst guy ever for posting a build video. All right, and just because a creator posts a build video, I guess that means that you have to go buy VC and you have to make that build and you have to spend your money on it just because the creator said so. Just because I post that build, you literally have to post it, or you literally have to make that build, right? But when I tell you to like the video, when I tell y'all to subscribe, turn on post notifications, then nobody want to listen. Right, but if I say, this is my new build, all of a sudden, no, creators, you guys are ruining the game. Everybody making cheese builds, cheese meta moves, everybody's the same play style. All they do, listen to the creator, blah, blah, blah. But I tell y'all to follow Jesus Christ in every single one of my videos, man. But the majority of y'all, the most that y'all read the Bible is in my videos. So which one is it, y'all? The creators, are we the end all be all? Everything creators say goes? Or what is it, y'all, man? Because people really blame creators like it's our fault, man. The devs don't listen to us, y'all. It is not YouTube content creators' fault that the meta exists, that the game plays the way it plays, y'all. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of blame that gets put on creators for no reason, y'all. For literally no reason. And that's not to say that all creators are perfect, you guys, because like I said, man, I've met plenty of people that, you know, throughout my creator journey, there's people that I've watched, you know, and supported their videos, been a fan, you know, and then you finally meet them, you finally DM them, you know, hop in the chat with them, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is not the person, you know, not the personality behind the screen. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So there's a lot of fake people, a lot of grifters, all right, a lot of shills who they will do anything for that 2K logo. You get what I'm saying, man? There's a lot of people who, when Ronnie 2K, if he says do this, you know, they gonna do that. If Ronnie 2K say do this, they'll do that, you know? There's a lot of people like that in the 2K community as well, y'all. But overall, man, I would say that the creators, we get a lot of blame from the community that is unwarranted, y'all. I'm telling you guys from a first-hand experience, man, we do not have that much say over the game like a lot of y'all think that we do. Because ultimately, it's the devs. Ultimately, y'all, it all comes down to the devs. I wanted to start this video from the ground up, you know, start from the players to the community to the creators. But all of this ultimately starts in the development room, y'all. At the end of the day, all the meta builds, meta moves, all that exists because that's what the devs want. You're seeing all these D-Book. The devs know that Devin Booker is the best move in the game. They designed it that way. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like, look at this. I'm spamming D-Book 4 times in a row. The developers, Mike Wang, knew that D-Book aggressive. They designed it this way on purpose, y'all. They knew it's the best aggressive combo in the game. They know what moves are faster, what moves are slower. They know what jump shot has the best green window. They know all this type of stuff, y'all, because they designed the game. So a lot of the toxic exploit cheese stuff that comes out of this game, y'all, and you guys will blame content creators. Oh, you shouldn't post just left, right, cheese, blah, blah, blah. Left, right, cheese wouldn't exist if Mike Wang didn't want it to. You guys understand what I'm saying, you guys? A lot of the problems with the game that a lot of people will blame on creators and players in the community, man, a lot of this stuff would not exist if the developers did not allow it to exist in this product in the first place, okay? At the end of the day, gameplay comes first. I believe the slogan for 2K is supposed to be like ball over everything or something like that, y'all. At the end of the day, if the game is fun, if we're hopping on 2K and we're having so much fun, then none of that other stuff matters. It doesn't matter who's toxic or who's saying stuff online or cheesy, blah, 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 best move, whatever. If we're hopping on the game and having fun, nobody even cares about the rest of that other stuff, man. But at the end of the day, a lot of these problems that arise in the gameplay is what frustrates a lot of players. It frustrates me, especially last year on 2K25. 2K25 was by far the worst 2K of all time. One of the worst games that I've ever played in my whole entire life. And people will sit here and blame the community. You know, they'll say all this type of stuff about last year. But really, it was the devs for making a bad game. They made a flawed product. And every single year, y'all, they drop a broken product. Look at stuff like this, y'all. Every single year, there's flaws in the game. It's a broken product. And it happens, you know, because on a yearly release schedule, I get it, not everything's going to be perfect, man. But at the end of the day, y'all, a lot of these problems, man, it comes from the devs. All right, so like this video, you guys thought this was a glitch, man. I know you guys thought that your YouTube like froze or something. Nah, y'all, that was a real live gameplay. It gave me an error code. There's so much that's wrong with this game, y'all. It's not creators' fault. It's not the players' fault, the community's fault. Ultimately, y'all, it really relies on the devs and the higher-ups, man. Because at the end of the day, they're the one that create this game. They're the ones that create this community and create this environment, y'all. So a lot of it falls on them. But at the end of the day, man, we are all our own people, man, individuals. We all have a choice to make, man. So follow God, follow Jesus Christ, y'all. Take every single thought captive to Jesus Christ, y'all, because literally all the stuff that we do in life, man, it literally does not matter, man. We're here today and we're gone tomorrow. This 2K stuff doesn't matter, man. Only God matters. Only Jesus Christ matters, y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day and peace.